Hello, my name is Richard Kent. Today I want to talk about fossils. Now, evolutionists love to talk about fossils. Now, I want to tell you straight away that they're wrong about fossils. Fossils do not form over thousands or even millions of years. During World War I, on the battlefields of Belgium and France, there were 12 million soldiers killed. You will not find a single fossilized soldier there. You'll find lots of bayonets and helmets and bullets, but you won't find a fossilized soldier. I want to show you now a fossilized turtle. There's a fossilized turtle, and the evolutionists want you to believe that that happens over millions or thousands of years. I'm not really concerned about what the evolutionists teach you because it's wrong. I want to show you another picture now, which is a dinosaur called an ichthyosaur. Here's a fossilized ichthyosaur, and look at that very closely, because that ichthyosaur is giving birth to a baby ichthyosaur. In other words, that ichthyosaur, that dinosaur called an ichthyosaur, was fossilized in a moment, in a second of time. I want to show you another fossil, and this is a large fish actually swallowing another fish. In other words, this fish was having a meal of a little baby fish, but this particular fish was fossilized in a second. So fossils happen instantaneously. They do not happen over thousands of years. Now, it's difficult for us to get hold of a dinosaur, but if you were to get hold of a horse or a cow or a pig and leave it in your back garden or anywhere you like, you can sit around for as long as you like, but I can guarantee you will not end up with a fossil. You can do what you like with that cow or pig or horse or whatever you want, but there's only one way you're going to make a fossil out of it, and that is to dump tons, thousands and thousands of tons of stone and earth and water and mud on top of it. There is only one occasion in the history of this solar system when that happened, and that was at Noah's worldwide flood, which happened 4,400 years ago. At that time, the whole of the human race was wiped out, except for 8 people, Noah and his family. A huge number of animals, a huge number of fish, and even some birds were fossilized, and their fossils may be found all over the world. In fact, if you go up to Siberia, you can actually dig up fossils of dinosaurs and find in their stomachs the stomach contents, which are tropical plants, indicating that before the flood, the topography of planet Earth was completely different. In fact, it was tropical before the flood up in Siberia. So what actually happened at the flood 4,400 years ago? Well, we're told that the waters of the Great Deep broke up, and the waters under the earth came up and broke the surface of the earth into great chunks, and also that the water canopy over the earth came down in massive deluges of rain, which caused massive flooding, and not just flooding, but literally whole continents moving and engulfing huge numbers of living organisms of all types, fish, animals, birds, reptiles, everything you like, instantaneously. That's how fossils were formed, and fossils do not prove evolution. There's only one way you can make a fossil, and that's to compress it with tons and tons of something really heavy, as in Noah's flood. Thanks for listening, and God bless you.